Campaigners who oppose the Scottish Government's plans to appoint a named person for every child under the age of 18 have begun a legal challenge at the Supreme Court. Ministers say it will help families who need access to services, but those who oppose the legislation say it's a breach of human rights. Lisa Summers reports.
It's reading, writing and arithmetic at Kirkcaldy West Primary this morning. There are more than 500 children at the school. The head teacher or one of his deputies act as the named person for every child here. Fife is one of the first councils to introduce the named person rule. From August, it will be compulsory across the country.
If we can see something's getting in the way of a child's well-being, we have a toolkit, a framework that we can work with to make sure we can make a difference. And we can work with social work, other third-tier agencies to come together to look at a child's well-being and see what we can do collectively to make the difference.
But some are not happy. In Dundee, a support group for parents of children with special needs is meeting for lunch. The talk around the table: imposing a sick guardian is wrong.
It's a complete breach of all the human rights to do with private family life, the named person, again professionals, all this workload being put on them.
I really am quite angry that this is going to be forced upon me, whether I like it or not. I don't want my child's sensitive personal medical data shared with a teacher.
It's intended to abolish confidentiality for
Today in London, a legal challenge got underway at the Supreme Court. Opponents say it breaches human rights and will lead to confidential information being shared too readily. They say it lowers the threshold for state intervention, from one where there is risk of significant harm to one that encompasses well-being.
For teenagers who are looking for a kind of safe space to discuss issues maybe around bullying or sexuality, which might not be child protection issues, then these issues are going to be shared, and that's through this new threshold of well-being.
The Scottish Government insists the named person policy is about strengthening relationships to make it easier for families to access services if they need them. Twice Scottish courts have ruled in favour of the legislation. Now the Supreme Court will hear arguments over the next 2 days before ruling on the case. Lisa Summers reporting, Scotland, Edinburgh.